So, did you take a pregnancy test? Are you still not pregnant?
Yes, I don't think so. Unfortunately, I can't give you any positive updates this month either.
Goodness me. You've been married for over a year. I can't believe there's still absolutely no news. I knew this would happen from the moment he decided to marry such an old woman. I should have warned him.
Susan, I'm the same age group as my husband. We're peers, you know.
Still, he should have brought home someone younger so he had a better chance.
You're talking about marriage like you're choosing the best cut of meat at the store. It doesn't work like that. You know, there are lots of people in my generation who don't have kids until their mid-30s these days.
If I was in my mid-20s, I would already have had 10 kids by now. If you sow a good seed every day for 100 days, eventually something should sprout. If it doesn't, it's probably bad soil, if you know what I mean.
Is there any guarantee that I'm the one with the fertility issues here? How can you be so sure? I don't think you can outright say that it's my fault that we haven't been able to get pregnant yet. We're both in our 30s. It could be either one of us.
Do you think men and women are the same? Of course not. Even if a man is old, he should just find himself a young woman and they'll have no problems having kids. You need to make some time this weekend, by the way. I made some plans.
What's happening this weekend? Don't tell me we're going to yet another private clinic. I can't face it.
This one is really famous. I had a very tough time trying to get you an appointment. You can't say no when I've gone to all this effort. I had a friend whose daughter-in-law couldn't get pregnant either, and they went to this clinic. She was given some medicine or something by the doctor, and as soon as she got started taking it, she got pregnant. I was thinking about you when I was researching the place, so we should go together and check it out. Maybe it could help you. You never know.
Susan, how many clinics have we been to now? Do you really think this one will have the answers? I hate the smell of hospitals and disinfectant now. It brings back so many bad memories.
Until you get pregnant. I'm going to keep finding new clinics to try and taking you along for an appointment. You should be thanking me for my help, really.
Well, if you're really going to insist on it, then I want to bring Alfie with me. We should both get tested so we can figure out if there's one of us with fertility problems that are stopping us from having a baby. I really don't understand why you always just take me every time we go.
I already told you, I am completely certain that my son doesn't have any problems like that. I guarantee he is not the problem here. I raised my son right and he grew up well. He's always been active and had a healthy appetite. There's nothing wrong with him. Stop nagging and complaining and just come with me to the appointment this weekend. I'm worried I might never get any grandchildren at this point.
I mean, I'll have been at the office all week. I just want to get some rest at the weekend, not run around all over town.
This is why I've been saying that you should just quit your job. You're being so stubborn about this. People will just get bored of trying to convince you to make the right decision. If you don't come to this appointment, I'm just going to find you and drag you out, okay? Just remember that. You could make both of our lives easier.
God, I guess I won't get any rest again this weekend. Another clinic to visit and waste my time at. Susan, I already told you so many times that I am not going to take these. I already know that they aren't going to do anything. What kind of medicine is this that you've sent me this time? There's nothing wrong with me. This is so unnecessary.
Well then why on earth haven't you had a baby yet if nothing is wrong with you? Maybe the two of you just weren't destined to be together, so you won't be able to have kids?
What are you talking about? What does destiny have to do with any of this? Anyway, I've spoken to Alfie and told him that I want him to visit the doctor for some tests too. He should have seen them much earlier, but you seem to be getting really upset about us not having a baby now. Better late than never, I suppose.
What the hell? I thought I already told you Alfie isn't the problem. He's never had any issues with his health before. It's you that's the problem. You had better not be secretly taking birth control pills. Are you?
Susan, I want a baby too. That is why I'm willing to try all these new tricks and cures. Why would I take birth control if I wanted to be a mom?
Well, I heard there are more and more young women going on about their rights and their bodily autonomy and whatever. I was just asking because I know that means more of them are taking birth control so they won't get pregnant. Well then, I suppose we only really have one problem that could be causing this.
What's that? Have you cracked the code?
Well, obviously it's because of your age. You're just too old.
Oh, man. Susan, you're always going on about my age as though I'm some ancient old woman. I am really not that old, especially compared to the average age when people are having children these days.
You're over 30. How can you seriously say that's not the issue here? Don't you want to quit your job and raise your family? Maybe you can't get pregnant because you're tired from spending all day every day in a horrible office.
I don't think that's what's causing this, Susan. I take good care of my body, I work out regularly, I have a healthy diet, I'm in good shape.
Goodness me. Clearly you're not going to listen to a word I say. You should at least call me as soon as you get some good news, okay? I want to be the first to know. Make sure you're taking the supplements I sent you, too. You should send a photo to me every time so I know you're keeping up with your medications. I can find out whether you're taking them or not from Alfie. Anyway, he would tell me if you weren't making any effort.
Susan, I already told you that I really hate taking all these pills. They make me feel really sick. God damn, these stupid pills. I'm so bored of all this medication, and I'm so bored of my mother-in-law nagging me all the time. Susan, what is this? It looks like a pregnancy test. Is that right? And some kind of ovulation test?
Goodness, I'm really going to lose my mind if you keep being so deliberately stupid. I have been tracking your menstrual cycle so I could figure out where you were at every day. Then I went to your gynecologist and asked them to confirm the date of the last time you ovulated so I could fix this whole mess for you. What kind of a useless daughter-in-law takes this long to get pregnant? Your job is to give me grandchildren.
Susan, please. This is too much. You're being really overbearing about all this.
You should be thanking me, you ungrateful girl. You wouldn't even buy your own ovulation test to figure out how you could get pregnant quicker. It's like you're not even trying.
Well, okay, fine. Just leave these with me and I'll get back to you when I have news.
Hey, don't hang up on me yet. I have something I need to explain to you, so listen carefully to what I'm about to say.
I can just read the instructions. These tests always come with an information sheet.
No, you can't. How am I supposed to trust that you've done it properly? Now, let me have a look at the guide. Let's see here. Okay. The text is too small. I need to go and find my glasses so I can read it to you. Wait a minute. If it looks like there's even a single sign that you could be pregnant, I'm going to stick by your side night and day. We need to make this happen. There is nothing we can do except keep trying until I finally have a grandchild. Ah, here are my glasses. Okay, let's see. Right, I found the information and instructions. It said something about if your menstrual cycle is irregular. What's the next bit? Before ovulation in your pituitary gland, there's a hormone called LH that's secreted into your bloodstream. This is what the test is looking for to confirm if you've ovulated or not. It says you just need a sample of urine, like with a pregnancy test. You can buy these tests at the pharmacy. If it shows as positive, it means you will ovulate in the next 12 to 36 hours. Once you've had a positive test, your chances of being able to conceive and get pregnant are higher, as you're most fertile during ovulation.
Yes, I know about that, Susan.
I bought a few boxes and sent them over to your house. Make sure that you're testing every day and send me a photo of each test so I know that you're doing it correctly.
Oh, please, just stop this. Can't you leave me and Alfie alone to deal with this ourselves?
Oh, I am so tired of you complaining and whining about me trying to help. I just want you to get pregnant quickly. I'm sick of waiting around.
Well then, why don't you try have a son of your own, since it's apparently so easy. I'll research some herbal medicines that could bring back your period and give you all the supplements that you're making me take to get pregnant. Show me how quickly you can do it. Go on.
How can you say that? You know I'm far too old to have any more children of my own. Stop being so ridiculous. At this point, I have no choice but to assume you're deliberately trying not to get pregnant. It just shouldn't be taking this long. Clearly, you're trying to avoid it because you don't want to have a baby, even though you know how important it is to your family.
I have done everything you've told me and taken all the medicines and supplements you keep sending. What else am I supposed to do about not getting pregnant? I'm not a magician.
Stop lying to me, you little brat. You clearly aren't trying hard enough, and you've just been pretending to be doing what I'm asking. Why would you marry my son if you weren't even going to be a proper wife for him and give him lots of children? Oh, my poor boy. Wasted.
God, I can't stand much more of this. Hey, why haven't you been sending all the tests you've been taking to my mom? What are you playing at?
I have sent them. I don't know what you're talking about.
You haven't sent her any more than one today. You should be testing and taking a photo to send to her every time you go to the bathroom.
God, Charlotte, please just stop this. It's my personal business. It's nothing to do with you or your mom. I never thought you would side with her on this. It's hard enough remembering to allow time to take a test and send her a photo before I go to work every morning. It's so frustrating. She can't seriously expect me to walk around the office with a pregnancy test every time I have to use the bathroom. That's insane.
You've joined our family and we welcomed you with open arms. Now you have to fulfill your responsibilities and do your duty to your husband. What kind of a company would be okay with you doing that if they knew? I'm sure they would rather you were doing your job as a wife. Go to the bathroom now and take a test. That way you can send a photo to my mom quickly so she isn't panicking. It's like you keep deliberately trying to make her worry about her son and the future of her family. Just do as you're told and get pregnant. Do you think we wouldn't figure out that you were lying about not being able to get pregnant? You're obviously doing this on purpose. You married my little brother. I am going to stand up for him. You just keep getting older the more time you waste. It will only make it harder for you to get pregnant.
Do you want me to show you the results of the test my gynecologist did on me? It shows I don't have any issues with fertility and that I should be able to get pregnant. Your mom has taken me to basically every clinic in the state at this point. Besides, you're 3 years older than me. You're not married yet and you don't have any kids either. Why the double standard? Why do you keep telling me I'm old and washed up if you're in the exact same situation? How do you feel justified to judge me like this when I'm younger than you and already one step ahead of you?
I'm sorry, do you think we're on the same level here? You think you can compare us? I am a Pilates instructor. Physically, my body is about 20 years old with all the exercise I do every day. Besides, you don't need to worry about me not having any kids yet if that's what this is about. Even if I only had one kid with each of the guys I date, I could still end up with a whole football team of children at the end of the day. The difference between you and me is our bodies and our health and strength. I don't know why you insist of messing around when you should know that you're running out of time.
Don't you think you're being a bit promiscuous, Charlotte? I'm sure not every guy wants to have kids either.
Hey, it's better to be sleeping around than to not have a child even once you're married. I'm doing 100 times better than you are. You're letting your husband down.
God, why is she so arrogant? She acts like she could never do anything wrong and she always knows what's best. I swear, I can't stand this anymore. Hey, babe, what do you think about coming with me to the hospital this week?
Huh? The hospital?
Well, your mom and your sister have been on my back every day lately about having a baby and me getting pregnant. Obviously, I told you this when I last went to the hospital for testing, but the doctors have told me there's nothing wrong with me and I shouldn't be having problems conceiving. They still keep telling me I must be too old, though, and giving me all kinds of crazy tricks and supposed solutions.
I guess she's just disappointed and frustrated because she wants a grandchild, that's all. You just need to be more sympathetic and do your best to get pregnant so she can stop worrying.
She asked me if I was secretly taking birth control, babe. Like I was lying to everyone. She told me to stop lying about not being able to get pregnant and asked me why I had even married you in the first place if I wasn't going to give you children. She keeps track of my cycle and asked me to take ovulations and pregnancy tests constantly. It's exhausting. Please, won't you just come to the hospital with me and get some tests done for our peace of mind? It does seem strange that we've been trying for so long and we haven't managed to get pregnant yet.
I mean, do men need to get tested for that kind of thing? Surely it's fine for just women to get fertility tests. It's never anything to do with the man. There's no point in me doing something that's making me so uncomfortable if it isn't going to tell us anything anyway.
How do you know that, though? The doctors have told me that I don't have any issues with fertility. Besides, you said that we could both go and get tested back when we were first looking into any potential problems. I can make the appointment, so all you have to do is come with me and sit in the chair, okay? What do you say?
Babe, I'm so sorry. I never imagined that it could have been my fault that we're having problems. I never knew I was infertile. This is a crazy revelation for me.
They told you we wouldn't even be able to use artificial insemination or IVF either, right?
Yeah, they said there was absolutely no way I would ever be able to have biological kids of my own. Oh, I'm so sorry, babe. I don't even know what to say to you. I can't begin to tell you how horrible I feel.
Do you want me to tell your mom about the results? Or are you going to tell her yourself so she can leave me alone from now on?
Well, that's the thing, honey. I just don't have the heart to tell her and disappoint her like that. What do you say to keeping it a secret from my family? Would you be okay with that?
Are you asking me to keep it a secret that you're the one who was infertile this whole time? After your mom has spent so long nagging and blaming me?
I am, yeah.
No, I won't do it. You need to tell her by the end of the day. How could you keep something like this hidden from her when you know how badly she wants grandchildren?
I mean, you know how things are for me. She always thought I would be the one to keep our family name alive. She would be so shocked and disappointed if she found out I couldn't do it. She always goes on and on about how excited she is to have grandkids and see our family growing. How can I tell her that I'm infertile? It would break her.
Well, we can't keep it a secret from your family forever. Eventually, she's going to start asking questions. Even now, she's so worried and always wondering what's going on and interrogating me.
Please, just keep it a secret for a little while. Just tell her that for some reason you haven't been able to get pregnant yet, and tell her that neither of us should be having any problems. To be honest with you, my pride as a man has taken a bit of a hit. It's embarrassing to find out that I was the issue all along.
Fine, I'll keep it a secret for now. You need to tell your mom when you get a chance, though. She deserves to know, and I'm sick of her blaming me for everything.
I know this must be difficult and disappointing for you too. I'm so sorry, and thank you so much for doing this favor for me. As soon as the timing's right, I'll try to tell her gently about what's really going on.
I have to tell you something. You and me are going somewhere together this week, so make sure you're free.
Oh my god, not another clinic. Please tell me you're kidding.
Don't worry, I'm not taking you to another clinic. I spoke to Alfie and he told me you really didn't have any problems.
Well then, where can you possibly want to go?
I'm worried that there might be something spiritual going on here, and that's why you haven't been able to conceive. I've booked an appointment with a psychic, and they're going to tell you your fortune and if there's some energy blocking you from getting pregnant.
Susan, I really don't feel comfortable doing that. Having my fortune told by some psychic isn't going to get me pregnant, you realize.
Well, why won't you even try it? We've tried everything else. Even if you got pregnant right now, you're an older woman at this point. Don't you realize that it would be hard to give birth and raise a child when you're old? There's no time to waste.
I am trying, Susan. You know I am. Can't you please just be a bit patient? Maybe you constantly asking me if I'm pregnant and trying all these new supplements and pills are what's causing the problem, not me. It's adding unnecessary stress to my life.
Whose fault is it that you're an old woman with no children who can't get pregnant? You think I'm responsible for this by trying to help? I never said anything about it at the time, but your age was my one big concern when you married my son. I knew something like this was bound to happen.
Susan, I don't know why you're always going on about my age. It's not the reason I haven't gotten pregnant yet, you know.
Well then, what is the problem? You seem very confident that it's nothing to do with you, at least. Otherwise, I'm just going to die. I feel so frustrated with the situation.
You know the doctor said there's nothing wrong with me? They keep saying I'm perfectly healthy at every clinic you drag me to.
God, the two of you clearly just aren't a good match. He should have stayed with that other girl. She kind of gave him children.
I'm sorry, what did you just say to me? Has he ever had kids before? Is that why you're saying he would have a better chance with someone else?
Oh, no, nothing like that. It was just a storyline on the show I'm watching. Don't worry about it.
What the hell? Why would she ever think something like that? Babe, can I talk to you about something? So, we know now that the reason we haven't been able to get pregnant is because of your problems, not me. When are you going to tell your mom about it?
Oh, can't you just drop it? I told you, I just need some time to think about how I'm going to tell her and what I want to say. I asked you to try and understand the position I'm in here. Can't you be a bit patient?
Your mom called me again today with another plan for me to get pregnant. I don't see what you want me to do. Am I supposed to just put up with this indefinitely? Besides, you and I are only a few months apart in age, but she's acting like I'm 100 years old or something. She keeps talking about how maybe I'm just too old to have kids.
She gets like this every so often when she meets up with some of her old friends for a catch-up. All their kids are having children, so she keeps being shown pictures of their grandchildren. She's just upset because she can't show photos of hers in return. You're a kind person. Surely you can understand how that would be upsetting.
Have you ever been involved with another woman before, babe? Your mom mentioned something about if only you had kept the baby. I didn't know what she was talking about.
Can't we just stop talking about my mom? It's all you ever want to talk about. I'm so sick of this.
She was talking about how if you were a good match with someone, it would be easy to get pregnant, so maybe we weren't a good fit. I asked her what she was talking about since it seemed like a weird thing to say, and she brushed me off and said it was just something from a show she was watching. Hearing you getting defensive now, I guess she was telling the truth about you having a kid before.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you before we got married, but it's not an easy thing to bring up. Besides, I can't even be sure if it's actually my child or not.
What the hell? What kind of a loser doesn't even know if a child is his?
My ex-girlfriend was cheating on me while we were dating and going around with some other guy. She ended up getting pregnant. She claimed the baby was mine and called my mom to tell her that she was pregnant and that I was going to be a dad.
So, is this woman raising a baby on her own now? What's going on here?
No, she ended up having a miscarriage and we ended things after that.
Well, I suppose I should be glad that now I know for sure. So, your ex-girlfriend cheated on you with some other guy and got pregnant. How can you only tell me about this now? Why did you never mention this before we got married?
Well, I wasn't sure if the baby was mine since she was seeing someone else at the time. Besides, she never actually gave birth, so...
Now everything is starting to fit together. I suppose this is why you and your mom were so adamant that you weren't the reason that I couldn't get pregnant. That must be why she's so determined and convinced that I am the problem here since you've almost been a dad before. How could you just sit by and watch her treat me like that without at least giving me an explanation as to what was going on? What is wrong with you that you could be so selfish?
It's not like I was keeping it from you on purpose. It's just not exactly a very nice thing to talk about to your wife, you know? Like I said, the baby was never actually born, so there's no way to be sure even if it was mine. Now that we have my test results, it's pretty clear that it must have been the other guy's all along.
Whatever, just tell your mom about your results. I am sick of her nagging me constantly. You need to tell her that it's not my fault that she doesn't have any grandchildren, but that actually her son is infertile and will never have kids of his own. She has no idea what's going on, so she keeps blaming me for everything and it's driving me crazy.
I know. I swear, I'm gonna talk to her. Just be patient, please, and hold on a bit.
Stop telling me I have to keep waiting. It's been a month since you said you would find a way to tell her. You need to call her right now and get this over with. If you won't get over yourself and tell her, then I will.
Hey, Ellie, I sent you a package. It should have been delivered.
A package? What have you sent?
It's a wool blanket. Really warm and soft. It was very expensive, though, so make sure you use it often, so it's worth the money. It'll keep you nice and warm when you're in bed, I'm sure.
But the weather has been so warm lately, it's basically summer. Why would you send me a blanket when it's hot out?
I was so worried about everything that I did go and see the fortune teller, even if you wouldn't come with me. They said that you were the problem and there's nothing wrong with Alfie. You have to take care of yourself so you can get pregnant, you know. I gave birth to 5 children, as you know, and I slept with this blanket every single night. It has a special fertility charm stitched inside, so make sure you're being careful when you wash it, okay?
What the hell? What use is that in the modern day with all our tests and medicines? Just take it back. I don't want or need it. It's way too hot anyway. I don't want to sleep with a heavy blanket.
You need to make an effort. The psychic said that it's your bad luck that means you haven't gotten pregnant yet. Don't you want to be a mom and give me grandchildren? Are you seriously going to tell me you won't even add a blanket to your bed just to try it out? Do you think I would be making all this effort and doing all of this for you if I thought you were going to be able to have a kid on your own?
Susan,
stop complaining and nagging and just take a photo of yourself sleeping with this blanket every day to send to me, okay?
I can't live like this anymore. It's insane. If I sent you photo evidence of every single little thing you asked me to do, it would take the whole day. I would never have the time to do anything else.
How is that worse than what's happening to my family? If Alfie doesn't have a child, our family name is going to die out. Don't you understand why I'm so worried?
Susan, there's something important I have to tell you.
Well, then just say it.
No, I want to tell you in person. It's not the sort of thing to say over the phone.
What's going on? Oh my God, don't tell me.
I'll set off now, so I should get to your place in about 3 hours or so. Susan, I'm here. Are you around?
Are you pregnant? What's so important?
Here, have a look at this paper.
Infertile? Is this about Alfie? Why is his name at the top of the page? What is this? No way. I can't believe it.
You're right, I'm afraid. Your son is infertile. He can't have biological children. This is why we haven't been able to get pregnant for so long. It was never anything to do with me. The doctor said we wouldn't be able to try IVF either. There's nothing we can do. Apparently there's a special name for it, but basically he can't make any sperm at all. I didn't say anything to you because Alfie was pretty embarrassed and I didn't want to do anything to hurt his pride. It's not me that's the problem. It's him.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with my son? Why are you blaming your husband for all your problems? That's hardly fair.
I am not blaming him, Susan. It's just the facts. We spoke to the doctor and they confirmed it. You just saw the test results for yourself. We went to the hospital together to get him checked out.
Do you really expect me to believe this? You're clearly lying to cover your own back. Stop coming up with such insane excuses. It isn't going to work on me, you know.
What's so unbelievable about this? You have the proof in your hands. It was a real hit to his confidence, which is why he kept his mouth shut until now. The two of you were always so adamant that he shouldn't have any problems having children, and that was all my fault. Now it's gotten to the point that you're telling me to sleep with a thick blanket full of charms in the middle of summer, and I just can't stand it anymore.
There's no way this can be right. I just won't believe it. Surely the hospital must have just made a mistake or something. They mixed up the paperwork. It doesn't make any sense that he's infertile. You're making all of this up.
Why is it so unbelievable? Are you saying that because you think he managed to get his ex-girlfriend pregnant? I was getting so frustrated with your nagging and all your complaints, so I asked to talk to him about it. He told me right away about what had happened in the past.
Yes, you're right. Another woman was going to have his baby in the past. That's how I know that you're the problem here, not my son. Why would you go to some quack doctor who just tells you what you want to hear? This has to be fake.
Well, I thought you might see that. Just in case, we went to 2 different hospitals to be sure. Besides, Alfie said he was never sure the baby was even his because his ex-girlfriend had been cheating on him.
I don't even know what you're talking about right now. You're just desperately coming up with excuses to cover your own back. It's impossible that Alfie could be infertile. There is no way. Stop talking nonsense. It's just go home and get the blanket I sent you. You should sleep with it every night, like I said, and make sure to send me a photo.
What? You told my mom that I was the problem? How could you do that?
I mean, you kept going on and on about how you would tell her, but she was demanding increasingly ridiculous things from me, and I got sick of it. I figured if I didn't tell her, you certainly never would.
Why did you tell me you could be patient if you were going to do this anyway? You said that you would leave me to handle it. I thought you were going to wait. Now look what you've done.
You should have been the one to tell your mom the truth ages ago and told her not to be too shocked. Why am I the only one who has to be getting stressed out and frustrated about this when you're the one who was to blame all along?
I told you, when the moment was right, I had a plan for how I was going to tell her everything. And anyway, problem? I was to blame? You're acting like I had some kind of disability and that's why we couldn't have kids. It's not that deep.
That's what I've been saying all along. It's not that big of a deal. Your mom was accusing me of lying to her and taking birth control, treating me like some kind of criminal. Now, because of you and your condition, we'll never be able to have children of her own. Why would you tell me that I'm accusing you when that's what your mother has been doing to me this whole time?
How do you expect me to ever go home again? I'm so embarrassed, I don't even feel like a real man. They're all gonna think I'm so pathetic, not even able to have my own children.
I mean, not too long ago, that's what they were all thinking about me. You've just been sitting by and watching as everyone judged me all this time, even though all my tests were coming back normal. Are you panicking now because it's your turn to go through all of that?
Now that it's not your business, you seem very happy to make my life miserable. I'm already upset about this news, you know? Does it make you feel better to be blaming me and trying to put me down like this?
It's going to be a long time until I can fully move on from this. That's all. Every weekend, your mom has been dragging me off to some hospital or other and cursing at me for ruining her chances of having grandchildren. That isn't going to go away overnight.
Have you been using that blanket I sent you? Has it helped?
I don't know. I did talk to Elfie about it, and he said it was too hot and he didn't want to use it. You should probably just talk to him about it. Cut out the middleman, you know.
Did you tell him that I had bought it for you? Why didn't you just say it was a gift from you?
You always told me I shouldn't lie to my husband, so I didn't.
Oh, whatever. You know, back in my day, your new mother-in-law would have kicked you out onto the street if she found out that you weren't going to be able to have kids. You should be grateful that times have changed. You're very lucky to be alive when you are.
I'm meant to be grateful for having an infertile husband who has blamed me for us not getting pregnant all this time? That doesn't seem right.
Why do you keep having a go at my poor son? He's innocent. Stop treating him like he's done something terrible. I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway. I'm going to speak to the hospital again about artificial insemination or a test tube baby. I'm sure there's something they can do. Soon enough, I'm sure you'll have as many kids as you can manage. So stop blaming my son and leave him alone.
Susan, you've had children of your own. Don't you remember the kind of stress it puts on a woman's body? It's not healthy to push yourself like that. Being pregnant and giving birth is hardly a walk in the park. You know that. Besides, I already talked to you about this before. There is literally no sperm in Alfie's body. It would be impossible for us to use IVF or any of those other techniques. It's just not going to happen for us. So many doctors have confirmed that now.
Oh, come on now. Have a bit of optimism. Doctors can save lives and bring people back from the dead. You don't think they can do this too? All these other women are having children. What's so hard about it? Do you think I don't know that you just don't want to be a mom? You think I haven't connected the dots at this point? You should quit your job and focus on getting pregnant and taking care of your body properly and going to the hospital regularly for checkups and treatments.
We know now that Elfie and I not being able to get pregnant has nothing to do with me and my health. Why should I be the one to quit my job and focus on having a baby? It isn't going to make a difference. I'd rather die than quit my job. That's my independence and my career.
How can you have so little sense of responsibility for your future child? You need to focus on your duty as a woman and as a wife, you know. Alfie is my only son. If he doesn't have children to carry on our family name, I don't know what I'll do. I can never forgive you for what you're doing to my family. I hope you realize that.
Do what you want, Susan. I've done literally nothing to you. My parents were also really upset and disappointed that they won't have grandchildren because of your son being infertile, but they've never complained or blamed him like you blame me.
Oh, don't make me laugh. None of this is Alfie's fault. Why would you tell your parents like he is to blame? He didn't do anything wrong.
Because the doctors proved that he was the one with fertility issues. He literally is the one to blame here.
I wish he had married someone younger and healthier than you. Then I could have avoided all this stress. Even if you were resistant, you would have ended up getting pregnant so much faster than this. You keep saying this is Alfie's fault that you can't have a baby, but I won't believe your lies. God, I wish I could have seen all the trouble you would cause my family before I let you marry my son. One bad daughter-in-law is about to end our family line.
God, does she not get tired of repeating herself? Just the same things, over and over. Well then, Susan, I guess I have to divorce your son as soon as possible. I hope your next daughter-in-law is younger and better at magically getting pregnant.
What? No, you don't need to get a divorce. That seems a bit dramatic. I'm sure if you just tried a bit harder to get pregnant, this would all be over. Come on, don't divorce him.
I don't want to try harder, though. Why should I? I have proof that I am not the problem. I am doing just fine in my own life. I'm healthy, I have a great career. Why should I suffer because of your poor son? What if having children was a deal breaker for me?
But, well, then what would he do if you're gone? Who else is out there for him?
So now you see what you've done. You really shot yourself in the foot with all this fuss, you know? I mean, Alfie is infertile. It doesn't matter who he ends up with, he still won't be able to have biological kids of his own. Still, I hope you somehow end up with all the grandchildren you could possibly desire. I suppose he could always find another woman who would cheat on him, like the girl he dated before me. Be careful that they don't try to pass some other man's baby off as your new grandchild. You might end up getting scammed.
I can't believe you would dare say that. It's like you're trying to speak it into existence and curse my family.
What are you talking about? You think I'm some kind of a witch? All I'm doing is warning you about the future that's heading straight towards you. Anyone could see it coming, honestly. I hope you do a better job of getting your next daughter-in-law under control so she will do every stupid thing you ask her to.
Why, you brat!
Hey Charlotte, I brought over a cotton blanket and a recorded file for you, but I guess you're not around. Are you busy right now? Hey, why would you bring it to the house? I told you to bring it to the Pilates studio where I work. Oh, really? I could have sworn you said to drop it off at your place. That's so weird. God, you're so stupid. If you hadn't divorced my brother first, I would have told him to ditch you anyway. I did wonder why Susan was asking for the blanket back, though. She only gave it to me recently. The file is a recording of all the horrible, abusive, and demeaning things your mother used to say to me. To be honest, that was most of the reason why I decided to file for a divorce. She had asked me to bring the original recordings with me, too. I understand that, but I don't understand the blanket. You don't need to understand. I'll come home now to get those things from you, so just wait there. Don't go running off anywhere. You'd better not have made copies of those recordings. Delete them all if you did. There should only be the one physical copy. Otherwise, I will chase you down and force you to delete them all myself. Just you wait and see.
What the hell? What's wrong with you? Are you going to threaten me again just like your mom? You're scaring me.
You think that's crazy? What's with you all of a sudden? Oh, hi there. Welcome, Julie. Come on in and get settled. Right, I have to teach a Pilates class now, so just bring the blanket and the phone here. I can't come, it's a private lesson. Oh, I can't come all the way over there. I'm already exhausted from lugging this thing around. Why is this blanket so heavy? I was sweating carrying it up your apartment. Is it really that important? Why do you think it's so important? That blanket helps women to get pregnant with sons.
You haven't even been married for 3 months. Is all this really so urgent? These things take time, you realize. I was dating plenty of guys before I got married, and none of them were so obsessed with having a son and a future grandchild. I'm sure there's still plenty of time for you to have a football team's worth of children.
Sure, but is a women's football team the same as a men's football team? Be realistic. Sons are just better. I invested so much in trying to attract my husband, you know. My husband always told me that if I wanted to be accepted into his family, then I had to make sure to give birth to a son as soon as possible and carry on the family name. Whether a child is a boy or a girl, or somewhere in the middle, it's still a blessing and you should be grateful to have a healthy baby. Is it really up to you what gender your child ends up being? Do you think it can be controlled?
That's why you never try to use any spiritual practices or good luck charms. You've already given up. Besides, if I had a daughter, I would just keep her quiet and take care of her secretly on my own. You wouldn't want to disappoint your husband or your in-laws. You would do the same. I've done that a few times, you know.
Oh my God, how can you say something like that so casually? You're like some kind of criminal hiding children away.
Why are you recording all of this? Stop acting like you're some perfect young lady. You would do the exact same thing in my situation. God, you're really making me mad now. I think about you acting so perfect, and suddenly I'm getting all hot all over with anger. I can't stand you.
Charlotte, please stop. You're talking like a crazy person.
Why should I? You'll miss my honesty when you finally get divorced. I'm giving you a last taste of the truth before we don't talk anymore.
Do you want me to hand you over? Susan seems to want to talk to you.
Wait, what? You were on the phone with her this whole time?
I bumped into her on my way to their place, and we've been listening to the call on speakerphone.
What the hell? I don't live with my parents. Why would you have gone there? Stop trying to scare me. It won't work.
I mean, I assumed I needed to bring these things to Susan's place since it's her blanket, so I came to theirs and rang the doorbell. What an idiot.
You did this on purpose. You were deliberately trying to ruin things for me and my husband's family. How dare you? I bet this was your plan all along, wasn't it? I'm going to tell Susan that you were cursing at me and trying to get a reaction, and that's why I was threatening you. I'll kill you for this. You've really gone and done it now.
Oh no, I am so scared.
God, I can't believe this.
It seems like your mother has a lot to say to you. I guess I should hand the phone over to her now. Here you go.
Hey, no, don't do that. No, don't give her the phone.
So that's how my sister-in-law ended up exposing her true self to her new in-laws after only being married for 3 months. In the end, her divorce was finalized once her husband saw who she really was. My mother-in-law and my ex-husband tried to delay the process as much as possible, so our divorce got a bit delayed. One night, my ex-husband came in late after drinking with some buddies. Apparently, he had stayed out all night with a group of friends, meeting this woman and that woman and having a great time. I saw some of the messages he'd been exchanging with his friend, and at first, I was in shock. He was bragging about how he could get with any woman he wanted and didn't need contraception since there was no chance of her getting pregnant. He kept showing off about how he could enjoy himself without restraint. Suddenly, his infertility was a winning trait. That stupid idiot. Still, after my divorce, I was free of both of them and they couldn't catch me anymore. After our divorce was finalized, I remarried about 2 years later to a new man. I ended up getting pregnant right after the wedding, just proving that I wasn't the problem again. Seeing the ultrasound and hearing my baby's heartbeat, I immediately thought back to one person in particular. Babe, I got a copy of the ultrasound pictures. Look, I attached it here. So cute. Oh, God, I clicked on the wrong person. Sorry. I didn't mean to send them to you. I meant to send that to my husband. Sorry about that.
Well, it has been a while, hasn't it? What is this photo, though? Are you pregnant?
Yes, Susan, I ended up getting pregnant right after my second wedding. I guess in the end, you were exactly right with what you said before. As long as the woman is healthy, it shouldn't be difficult for her to get pregnant. Now look at me. I'm going to be a mom.
Is this really your ultrasound? You're lying to make me jealous or something.
Of course, it's my baby. These are the ultrasound scans we got at most recent checkup. I heard Alfie got remarried right after the divorce too. Does he still not have a kid? I thought he didn't have any issues with that. What are you going to do if he ends up getting another divorce when his new wife finds out he's infertile? Will you take him in with you? No woman is going to put up with how you treated me, you realize?
What are you talking about?
Susan, I'm only saying all of this because I'm worried about you and your future. Anyway, I'll leave you alone now. I don't think it would be good for either of us to talk anymore.
What the hell? You brat!
By the way, did you tell Alfie's new wife about his infertility before they got married? That's a pretty big thing to keep hidden, you know. She has a right to be told about it.
Well, of course we did.
That's good, because if you hadn't told her, then I would have to. I heard your daughter-in-law runs a cafe. Perhaps I should pay her a visit.
Fine, go ahead. See if I care.
After our conversation, my ex-mother-in-law would contact me regularly to ask if I had spoken to her new daughter-in-law. I guess she was scared that I would tell her about her new husband's impotence and that she would divorce him just like I did. Karma is so wonderful. Still, despite Susan's worries, Alfie's new wife found out about him being infertile on her own and filed for divorce, on the grounds that he hadn't told her about it before the wedding. His new wife worked in a bar, and Susan tried paying for her to set up her own cafe to cover her tracks. Maybe she thought that would distract her from finding out the truth, or she would be grateful and ignore it, but it didn't work in the end. In fact, his wife overheard Alfie talking to his friends at the bar and bragging about all the women he'd been seeing, and that was how she found out she couldn't have kids. She had known the truth since before the wedding, but pretended to have no idea until they were married. She filed for divorce not long afterwards and managed to claim a small sum of money in alimony from her ex-husband. I suppose this is my secret too, since my ex-husband and his parents don't know all of this. It feels good to watch them pay for how they treated me. Anyway, now I can move on from that whole mess in my past and focus on getting ready to become a mother. My old family, who had been so desperate for a son, have crashed and burned. There is nothing else that could possibly go wrong for them now. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one.
Just because I was gone for a bit, here you are acting like you are the queen of this household. I go to my sister's house for a month, and apparently you acted as if you took over my place and ordered everyone to do this. Is that true? I heard that you made Tina do so many things that even I never asked her to do. You are so two-faced. You appear to be so soft and kind, but behind closed doors, you are the complete opposite. You are such a fake person. Huh? Where did all this come from? Why are you telling me all this? I don't understand why I'm being scolded as if I'm a little kid that knows nothing. Just what exactly did I do to make you say all these things? I never made Tina do anything. I don't understand where all of this is coming from, and it's so unfair to me. Don't act as if you don't know anything, Kate. Are you saying that Tina made all of this up and that she is lying? She said that while I was away at my sister's house, you would call her every day to the house and made her do chores. That's what she said. Apparently, you'd make her go to my house at 6 in the morning to prepare everything, clean, and even do laundry. Do you think I didn't know that you also made her nurse my father-in-law? Do you really think she can handle all that despite knowing that she's younger than you and you are the eldest daughter-in-law? I can't believe you made her do all those things just because you didn't want to do them. You even made her do chores that I myself didn't ask her to do. I feel so bad for her after she came crying to me and telling me all this. So now what? Do you have any excuse for any of this? Huh? So what you're saying is that I made Tina do all the stuff I have been doing for 5 years, and that I made her do all of it in one day out of nowhere? Do you think that makes any sense, Linda? You yourself know I would never do anything like that. You know I sacrificed so many things after moving into this house. But still, you take Tina's side even though she's only been here for a few months? I feel so upset about that, Linda. And I also feel really disappointed that you'd think that of me. Plus, it doesn't benefit me in any way if I made Tina do everything in the house and made her my enemy. There's nothing in it for me. Because I'm the eldest daughter-in-law anyway, and I'd still have to do my own duties. Nothing really changes even if I asked her to help out, because in the end, I'll have my own duties as the eldest one. That's exactly what I'm saying. Here you are saying all these things as if you are doing your part as the eldest daughter-in-law of this household. But as soon as I leave the house, you immediately place yourself as higher than everyone else. And you start bossing everyone around as if you are the leader of this household, when you are really not. I am just so appalled that you think you can take over my spot as the mother and start bossing people around. I would never even ask Tina to do some of the stuff that you made her do. What gives you the right or power to do that? You are not in any higher rank than her. Linda, listen to me. I never did any of what you were accusing me of. Whatever, Kate. How can you say you didn't do any of that when Tina called me crying and complaining about all of that? She was bawling her eyes out. Are you saying that she was faking that and just acting as if you did all of that to her? Tina said that you made her hand wash everyone's underwear instead of using the washer. She said that you asked her to scratch her back because your back was itchy. And on top of that, you made her massage your shoulders because you said you were tired. Are you saying that she made all of this up? Kate, I have lived on this earth for 60 years and I have a lot of life experiences. I know that Tina is telling the truth. So just own up to it and apologize to both me and especially her. You better ask for her forgiveness. If you don't do as I say, I will never be able to forgive you. Why should I apologize for anything? I did not do anything that warrants an apology. There has to be something for me to apologize for in order for me to say sorry for anything. But I did not do anything wrong. Are you being serious? You are still denying this. Tina told me all this bullying that you do to her, but you don't even care. Apparently, you even threatened her to never even try to come visit or pretend as if she is helping out. I seriously had goosebumps when I heard her tell me that. I was just in so much shock that you'd tell her that. Who do you think you are telling her not to come to my house? Huh? You have no rights or powers to ever say what people can or cannot do in my house. Do you think my house is your house too? Don't you ever think that. You are merely just my daughter-in-law who happens to live in one of the rooms and eat the food in my house. You should be thankful that I even provide those for you, but here you are. I am still just in so much shock that as soon as I turn back away from my house, you immediately jump into trying to take my spot as the mother of this household. You're not even close. I never did any of what you just said. Literally none of it. If you can't believe what I'm telling you, then ask Thomas or even your husband. Do you really think your father-in-law or Thomas would take your side? You do know that your father-in-law hates the way you take care of him, right? Are you aware of that? You don't even help him wash up, and you don't even help him when he has to go to the toilet. He even complained that you never heat up the food you give to him, so he loses his appetite. And Thomas, you know he is tired of seeing you just being lazy at home and always just sitting and doing nothing. Linda, let's look at this objectively. You are his wife, so washing him up and helping him to the toilet is your job. You married him and you are his wife. Plus, you are very healthy and able, so there is no reason for you to not be able to help your own husband. Ever since I moved in here, you already said that it would be uncomfortable for all three of us if I helped my father-in-law with any toilet or shower stuff. Do you not remember that? I helped him get dressed, and I even serve him his meals all the time. Plus, I massage his leg that has some paralysis to make him feel better. I do that every day, yet you never show gratitude or appreciation for what I do for him. What else do you want me to do? And do you think I want to just stay at home and not work? I do so many things for Thomas, and I even help out with basically all the chores at home. I had to sacrifice a job that I enjoyed doing to be a stay-at-home wife, and I'm not even getting paid for any of this. And now you're telling me that my husband thinks I'm pathetic for just staying at home? I can't believe he thinks I'm just being lazy. How in the world did you raise Thomas, Linda? He does not know how to appreciate the work I put in and instead badmouths me? Did you just try to talk trash about my own son and how I raised him? If even your own husband thinks so badly about you, I can hardly imagine just how badly you have been treating Tina. I just know that you are being mean to her. Just because you've been married to my son for 5 years doesn't mean you have the right to be bossing her around. Sure, she isn't the first daughter-in-law in this house. You are. But she is 1 year older than you. Do you really think it's right to be treating someone older than you badly? Tina is so kind and caring. You should learn from her instead. Anyway, just know that I am not over this just yet. That's how serious this is to me. So just keep in mind that I will correct all of this. You better go to Tina and kneel in front of her and beg her for forgiveness. If you don't apologize to her, know that I will kick you out of this house. Okay, Linda. I will leave the house. What did you just say? I lived with you guys for 5 years, and even though we were not close like a real family, I still respected the fact that you are my mother-in-law and that I should maintain that relationship. Since then, I always woke up earlier than everyone, thinking that if I prepared some food before you guys were up, that everyone would have a good start of their day. So I'd wake up at 5 in the morning and start cooking, and I did my best to carry out my role as the first daughter-in-law. I did not know my efforts would boil down to this. If I had known from the start, I would not have worked as hard. I would not have agreed to live in the same house as my in-laws. No, actually, let me rephrase that. I regret that I even agreed to get married and be a part of this family. I seriously feel so much regret in this moment. Wow, you are really just so good at trying to escape from your mistakes, huh? Do you think I will stop you from leaving the house if you say you want to leave? Don't be funny, Kate. You are not the only daughter-in-law here, Kate. I have Tina, who is taller and way prettier and so much nicer, and just so angelic and better than you. Do you really think I will beg you to stay or stop you from leaving? You can leave any time as you please. You got that? I will never ask you to stay, okay? I don't need you to be here. If you really want to leave, then please divorce my son and find the exit out of this house. Anyway, even Thomas told me that he wanted to divorce you, so just make sure that you prepare all of the papers and sign it. Got that? And one more thing. Don't you ever step 1 foot in this house ever again. Remember that. Linda, even if you ask me not to divorce Thomas, I will 100% still sign all the papers and file for divorce. And even if any of you guys beg me to come back, there is not an ounce of chance that I will step foot in that house ever. Not in this lifetime. Anyway, I will start packing my stuff so I can move out by today. Thanks for whatever you did for me. And I hope you have a great rest of your life. Kate, you better hurry up and bring your stuff back to the house. Hey? Are you sleep-talking or drunk-calling me or what? I want to separate and get divorced from Thomas, so I immediately packed my bags and left. I will be going to court with your precious son so we can finish up this divorce process. I am no longer a part of your family, and I am not your daughter-in-law anymore. You have no rights telling me what to do. Also, I haven't lost my mind, so why in this world should I move back in that house of yours? Why are you asking me to come back? Is it because Tina does not want to take my place and she doesn't want to move in with you guys? How did you know that? Tina said to me that she would never want to live with 2 old people and be their slave. She said, word for word, that she does not want to be stuck with 2 old, useless humans who stink. She said it's better she gets divorced than live here. Can you believe she said that? I am so shocked by what she said. She made me kick you out, and now my son is a divorcee. And now I am without support in the house. All she really cares about is herself. Isn't that just so selfish and disrespectful? She is also super two-faced. She would act so kind and loving towards me all the time. But as soon as I mentioned her moving in with us, she turned stone cold and was super firm that she would never move into my house. I can't believe she is so fake like this. Did you just learn that now, Linda? Tina has always been like that. Plus, she had an ulterior motive of making me and my husband divorce so we can get kicked out of the house. She always wanted that since the beginning. And now that I am divorcing Thomas, she must feel so accomplished since she finished her mission. And now she doesn't really care about anything else since she already got what she wanted. Wait, what? Why would she want you guys to get divorced? It does not make any sense at all. What does she gain from you guys getting divorced? There is nothing for her if you guys get separated. It's because if I don't get divorced from my husband, she would be the one that has to get divorced from her husband. What? I still don't get it. Last month during her wedding ceremony, I saw her face and my heart just started to sink and my legs were getting shaky. I was trembling the entire time, so I just stayed in my seat throughout the ceremony. Then, as soon as the ceremony was over, I made an excuse of feeling sick so I could leave and go back home. Tina is my middle school bully, and she made my school life very miserable. And for me to see that we would become family was just... My body remembered all the trauma I felt from her bullying me, and I would even get nightmares because of those. It was such a horrible time of my life, and thinking that we would be connected as family was just terrifying to me. I tried so hard to live a good life and forgetting all those hardships I experienced because of her. But as soon as I saw her face at the wedding, I got so triggered and felt all the pain and trauma once again. I told my husband about all of this and everything, hoping he would take my side. But all he said was he does not want to ruin the marriage life of his brother, and that I should just stay quiet about this. He told me to just forget everything about the past and just try and be close and friendly with her. He never acknowledged the pain I felt from my childhood trauma, and I was having to live the last 5 years enduring the pain of the past. He never cared about how I felt, and that made me lose the love I had for him. That's why it was easy for me to just divorce him as soon as I got the chance. Is she really that kind of person? Was she always so evil when she was a kid? I had no idea. I bet all she wants from my son who earns a lot of money is to suck up all his fortune and make it hers. She is even making my life miserable because of all of this. My gosh. There is no way I am letting a snake like her abuse and take advantage of my youngest son. I will protect him from her. Kate, you come back to the house as soon as you can. We will work together to kick out that snake, Tina, and make sure the house stays peaceful. Linda, if you want to kick her out, you do that on your own, okay? I am in no way part of your family anymore, so I have no interest in whatever's going on with your household. Oh, but I did do you one favor that I think you might like. I told Tina's husband about the past and what she did to me, and what she's doing since she married him. So we'll see what he decides to do after I told him the truth. Based on the reaction that I saw when I told him, it seemed like he does want to divorce Tina. So, Linda, you should be thankful to me since I am helping you get rid of her. Aren't you glad I did all of that without you having to ask? Of course, it is only natural to want to get rid of someone like her. But the problem here now is you. Huh? What's wrong with me now? You have to come back to the house so the house is back to how it was before. If you are not there, who is going to look after my husband? And who is going to do the chores? Who else, Linda? You! You have to do those. Weren't you the one who said that you are the leader of that household and that I should never try and take over your place? Remember when you told me that? I am sure you are happy that I am out of that house. There is no one who will try to take your place anymore. You won't have to worry if I start bossing people around or whatever false things you accused me of. It is all yours. You can do whatever you want without feeling threatened that someone might take your power in that household. Lastly, this is the last time I'll ever call you or ever talk to you. So, I will be blocking your phone number. Bye, Linda. After that, I hurriedly blocked her and my ex-husband's phone number so they'll never bother me again. I bet they were so upset that I left the house since I was basically the housekeeper and nursing aide for all of them there. So they begged me to come back. But I did not let them waver my decision, and I never want to live the life I was living when I was with them. And a few months later, I heard that Tina and her husband got a divorce. Tina's husband called me and apologized for everything, even though he was not the one who hurt me in any way. I told him thank you for seeing that I suffered a lot because of his ex-wife, and that even though it was the past, it was hard for me to just get over it. He was the only one who was sane in that household, and he actually respected me and showed kindness to me. So I told him I will pray for his health and success. As for me, I came back home to my parents' house, and I'm living with them for now. Plus, I also went back to the job that I enjoyed doing. Luckily, the hiring manager there knew of my experience and abilities, so I was fully supported and wanted in my workplace. I am just so glad that after all that I went through, there is still some good left in this world. I felt so happy and at peace, so I will take this chance to start a new and better life. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.